What's up, gamers? It's your boy DazerHI back with another video, and welcome to my PvP guide for beginners 2025 edition. In this guide, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get started PvPing. So if you're super excited to start, smash that like button and let's get started. Alright guys, so to get started with PvPing, you do not want to enter the wilderness. If I click the map right here, you can see everything up here is the wilderness, and if you die in here, you pretty much lose all your loot. So the best place to learn PvP is actually going to be in LMS, and how you get there is you're going to want to find a dueling ring, click that and teleport to the Ferox enclaves, because we're going to be training in LMS, which is a PvP minigame. So let me close this. So after we used the dueling ring to Ferox enclave, this is where we end up, and the PvP minigame is going to be right here. We just haven't switched to an LMS world yet, but we're going to do that in just a little bit. So one of the first tips that I want to give you guys on how to start PvPing is to set your key bindings. This is super important. So what you're going to need to do is go to the bottom and click the wrench. And then once you click the wrench, you're going to click all settings, and then you're going to click controls. So you only need 4 key bindings: F1, F2, F3, and F4. You can copy my layout if you want. This is how I like to do it, or you can do your own, whichever you feel comfortable with. How I like to set up my inventory, or sorry, my keybinds, is to put combat stance as F1, my bag is F2, my prayer book is F3, and my mage book is F4. So you're only going to be using these 4 keybinds. So it's going to look like this: F1, combat stance for my spec abilities, F2 is bag, so that I can eat and switch gear, F3 is so that way I can put my protection prayers on, and if I want to put attack buffs on. And then F4 is going to be your mage spells. So it's going to look like this. You're going to be switching between these 4, and that's all you need, guys. That's pretty simple. So the next step in your progression to become a good PvPer is to set up your inventory well. You do not want it all scattered. And if you're practicing in LMS, you do not lose anything, and they also give you starter accounts to PvP with. And how you customize your inventory is you're going to be in this area right here, and you're going to click this supply chest right here. So you're going to click this, and it's going to show 3 different characters. You have a 1 defense pure, a Zerker, and a max med. Do not remove anything from these things. You want to keep every item inside of your inventory. They're all really important stuff, but what you want to do is you want to move things around. Like I can move the shark here if I wanted to, but this is how I like to set up my inventory. So you can pause the video right here and copy my layout. This is how I set mine up. I always start with the mage set first, because I like to try to freeze my opponent off the rip, because it gives you a massive advantage. When you freeze your opponent, you actually CC them in place, and they cannot use their special ability on you, which is their one shot. So aside from the max med, you're going to want to click Zerker kit and customize the inventory here. And then the 1 defense pure is going to look like this. You want to have the mage on. This is how I set my inventory up, with the bruise at the top and then my weapon switches at the bottom. So yeah, you can pause in between right now. So max med, Zerker, 1 defense. Copy my layout if you would like. This is how I set mine up. And then once you have that set up, it's time to jump into LMS. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch to an LMS world. Let's see what world it's on. Right now it's 390, so we're going to switch to 390. And this is where you start PvPing, guys. Don't be afraid to jump in and die, because you do not lose anything in this match. So we're going to step in. We're going to pass through that phase, and then we just got to wait for enough players to start the match to start. Alright guys, so we're going to talk about the buffing potions first. Before the match even starts, or before you get into any battle, you want to sip the Saradomin brew first, which is the yellow. Then you want to go pink. Then you want to go blue. And then you want to go green. So what this is going to do is the Saradomin brew is going to give you HP and defense bonus, but it also gives you a debuff. So to get rid of the attack debuff, you're going to want to click the super restore, and then you're going to want to buff yourself with the ranging potion, which is increase your range damage, and then the green is going to increase your combat damage. So before every fight, you want to use these in that order: yellow, pink, blue, green, and then you're ready to go. Alright guys, so the next thing that we're gonna work on is attack styles. Okay, hold on, let me get this guy in place real quick. Okay. Alright guys, so the most important thing when you're trying to attack your opponent in LMS is you want to hit them off prayer. So this guy is praying mage, so I do not want to be in magic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my black d'hide and the crossbow, and I'm going to crossbow him. He switched to protect range, so I'm going to switch to melee, and then he's protecting from melee, so now I'm going to switch to mage. And that's how you pretty much go into attack mode. You're always, before you even do anything, you always want to put the right gear on. So if I'm on a range, I'm going to do black d'hide body, crossbow. This is going to be a range. Then I can go dragon defender, whip. That's going to be melee. And then if I want to mage him, I'm going to put the robes on and the staff. Go to my spell book, and then I would click him and cast a spell. So that's how you pretty much attack your... So that's pretty much how you're gonna go on the offense. Now let's talk about defense. Alright guys, so one of the next most important tips is to put the right protection prayers on. You do not want to get hit off prayer. You want to make it very difficult for your opponent to hit you. So he's trying to bow me, so I'm using protect from range, and I'm gonna just have this on until he switches to something else. I'm not too sure if this guy's a bot. But yeah, so we're gonna just protect from range the whole time and eat. You want to try to minimize the damage that you take. He's not really switching, but if he was to switch to his mage robes or whatever, his magic, I would put on my magic protection prayer, and if he was to melee me, then I would click the melee. Alright, so now that you guys understand what the protection prayers are, we're gonna put all of these together. We're gonna put attacking and protection prayers on in the next fight, and I'm gonna show you guys how you guys should be fighting players in LMS or just in PvP in general. So now that you understand attack and defense, this is gonna be a real version on how you're supposed to actually do combat in here. So hold on, we need to reset because for some reason LMS likes to bug and not throw me in the match, which is pretty annoying. Okay guys, so you remember we're gonna put on our buffing potions: yellow, pink, blue, and green. And then this guy looks like we're gonna fight, so we're gonna protect from magic. And then I'm gonna, oh, okay, I guess we're not fighting that guy. Alright, we're challenging this guy right here. He has the bow on, so I'm gonna try to freeze him. I'm trying to hit him off prayer. He's not really switching, and he's just sticking with range, so this goes perfectly. So I'm gonna switch to a DDS right here since he has protect from range, and I'm gonna try to do some big damage to him. Boom, that's huge. And then boom, KO for the win. So this guy's a bot. All these battles are not gonna be that easy, but that's pretty much how you're gonna wanna get into every battle. You always want to hit them off prayer while you put the correct correction prayers on, while you switch to the gear that you're supposed to. So if you're gonna use magic, you want to be in your robes and staff. If you're gonna bolt somebody, you're gonna be in the black d'hide and crossbow. And then if you're gonna melee somebody, you're gonna put the defender on, the DDS, or the whip. And that's pretty much it. So let's see, here we go. All right, oh, somebody froze me, bro. All right, here, okay, level 94, here we go. All right, whoops, let's whip him right here. He has protect from range on, that's good for us. I'm gonna sip this super combat. Oh shoot, he switched back. Okay, we're gonna try to freeze him right here. We both chose robes. He splashed. I'm gonna continue. Now I'm gonna range him since I'm frozen. Get that nice bolt damage in, and then we're gonna freeze him right here. So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna show you guys how to eat. So if I want to just double eat, I'm gonna eat shark karambuan. If I want to single eat, I'm gonna do a shark. And then if I want to triple eat, it's going to be shark, Saradomin brew, and then karambuan. And look how much HP that heals. I'm almost like max health. But since I got the debuff, I got to reset my potions. And that's how you properly eat in battle. So you can do a single eat, which is shark, double eat, which is shark karambuan, and then triple eat, shark, Saradomin, and then karambuan. Alright, let's finish this guy off, hopefully. I gave him a pretty heavy head start. So let's see what we can do. Let's spec him right here. Bang. Again. Bang. Again. Oh shoot. Let's whip him again. Okay. Let's bolt him right here. Oh, he froze me. Come on, hit that. Alright. Let's see if we can kill this guy. I gave him such a huge head start. Okay, we got that freeze off. Oh my gosh, I'm choking here, guys. Alright, let's freeze him. Protect from range. Let's try to sneak that DDS in. Boom. Let's try to get that whip in. Boom. Let's bolt him right here. Bolt again. Another nice bolt. He's not really switching. We're just gonna stick on bolt. Hopefully we can kill him right here. Bang. Let's try to get another bolt in. Let's try to sneak in a mage. Oh, we both froze each other. Oh no, he just froze me. Protect from range. Alright, we're gonna sneak in a bolt right here. Again. Yep, and that's GG's. Good fight, brother. Alright. Now there's a couple of add-ons that I would recommend for you guys if you guys are using RuneLite. And that's going to be the timers. So I don't have it right now, but if I get frozen, there's actually a freeze timer at the top of my bar. And that kind of tells me when I can move again after being frozen. Another thing that you want to download is like food timers. So you know when the next time you can use your next item in your inventory. So if I pot up right here, it's gonna start to tick the numbers 1, 2. If I eat a shark, it's gonna tick again 1, 2. So it kind of puts a timer on when you can eat your next food and manage your HP. So these are helpful things that I would put on your character as add-ons for PvP. Let's get into another match because I want to show you guys this last tip. So let's brew up. I'm going to show you guys this last tip, and if this helped you out, smash that like button, subscribe for more content. And yeah, so here we go. I'm going to try to freeze this guy right here. Okay, we're going to freeze him. Oh, we missed the freeze. Alright, we're going to freeze him right there. We got the freeze, and we're going to walk under him. So if you walk under them, they can't really hit you. You can eat for 15 seconds. They can't hit you. And then you can put on any weapon, hit them, and then walk right under. Boom. Walk. I'm going to put on range, hit him right here. Boom. Walk under. And he can't hit me. So you can get some free hits off by doing that. Freeze. Walk under. And then DDS. Boom. Bolt him right here. Another DDS. Bang. And GG's. Alright guys, so I hope you guys learned a lot. If you enjoyed my content, please subscribe for more content. It really helps me out a lot. Also like the video. And I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.